What up? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy GS, and the time has come where we finally have some newer gameplay with the team I put together that I wanted to play with. It's getting really late in the year, so I sold each and every single golden ticket 99 superstar that I had. Mostly. I sold most of them. But this team, I just wanted to compile a team that I wanted to play with, and I've already have 3 seasons done already. So prepare for a lot of gameplay. Yeah, we're gonna be spamming your sub box like a mouse. But first and foremost, man, it would really mean a lot to you. Mean a lot to me. Bam! You see in the bottom of your screen right now, youtube.com/tryhardgamerx. Man, definitely a very good friend of mine. I have met some amazing people online since I've been doing YouTube and Twitch, and he's definitely somebody, you know, I consider to be a very, as close as you could get to somebody on the internet, man. Like, you know, I have a handful of people that I would do anything for. They, you know, if I'm able to do anything for them, no problem, I'll do it in a heartbeat. We all know IMAV, Chappie, and Adam, which is, you know, Tryhard Game Rex, and there's a handful of people that are just my homies. And he's one of them. It would mean a lot to me if you guys can check out his YouTube. Hit him up with the subscribe. Check out his videos. Let him know GS sent you. He literally has no idea I am doing this. None whatsoever. He would love to be able to hit 10K subs by Madden 16, and I think we could help him out there. His videos are amazing. He is one of my favorite streamers. He's not as entertaining as me. You can tell him I said it. He doesn't look as good as me. I smell better than him. And pretty much anything he can do, I can do just a little better. But for real, he has amazing content. You guys will not be disappointed. Extremely entertaining. Do me a favor, link is in the description. Check out his YouTube. Hit him with the subscribe and let him know in the comment section GS sent you. Okay, so here I'm going to show you guys the new lineup, and I'm going to get you guys some gameplay a little later on with week 1 of season 2. But first, let me tell you guys who I got and why. So, of course, if you guys seen Team Builder Part 1, I said that if I were to construct the... hold on, let me get a sip of this Gatorade. My feet are throbbing, and I finished all my Gatorade already. Dang it! I'm thirsty. But I said my offensive line would remain the same because I really need to run the ball in order for me to be successful. I don't really have any passing plays for 3rd and 12. If I'm in a must-need situation with 3rd and 10 plus, I'm streaking. I'm sending streaks. I'm throwing it to somebody tall, and I'm hoping for the best. I really need to provide my offense with short situations, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4, things like that. And in order for me to be successful in Madden, well, not in order. Really, I started really having a run-first offense last year. And last year was the most successful Madden I've ever been at. So I figured this year I want to do the same thing. I want to have a run-first offense, find some passing plays that work, that can, you know, coexist with the running game, but play through the run. And this year, you know, again, no different. So my offensive line literally stayed the same. My tight end stayed the same. Jimmy Graham is 6'7", extremely tall. Blocking is horrendous, but he's tall. He's somebody I can go to if I'm in one of those situations where I need to get 11 yards. He's just throw it up there, and we all know how it is this year. You throw it up there, and you guys will go get it. I have Rob Gronkowski, the blocking edition. This guy is hands down the best blocker in the game. It is disgusting on how great his blocking is. This says pack opening, right? When did I open the pack? On a little bit before April 20th. April 17th we got him. And you notice that his blocking is 99 with 99 impact block. I believe I passed it already. But his blocking is insane. If I'm running the ball, he is on the field. Every now and then I would pat, well, 95 impact block with 95 run block strength and just 99 run block. And it is disgusting on how he usually, and this is not even exaggerating, he usually picks up 2 blocks. He usually will pancake the cornerback, and because I don't put him in a tight end situation, I usually have him as a wide receiver so I can try and hit the edge with Chris Johnson. So I like to put him as a wide receiver towards the far right or far left, run towards his side, and 9 times out of 10, whoever's over there, he's going to be able to lock up. And there's plenty of times, and you're going to see plenty of footage where he's going to pancake somebody and then go to the next level upfield and pick up another block. Unbelievable. I highly suggest, if you like running the ball, get this card. He's an amazing blocking machine. And Donald Penn, again, I have him for blocking purposes. Sometimes I'll come out and, like a strong power type set out of pistol, and I'll put Gronkowski, Donald Penn, Graham, and I'll put a bunch of blockers out there, and that right there gives me the best chance to be successful with running the ball. So quarterback, we went with Timothy Richard TEBOW. And we went with him because I wanted to try somebody different. I went with the all-outs, pocket passer pretty much all year. I then got into a dominant speed quarterback when it was with Steve Young, and then I went to Tom Brady, and then I went to Michael Vick. And TEBOW was just a new card, and when I got back in MUT, he was the newest card. I was like, let's just go with TEBOW. Who doesn't like TEBOW? Wide receiver, you guys know how much I love this 93 Welker. His elusiveness is disgusting at 96. He breaks so many tackles. It's unbelievable on how well he can do once the ball is in his hands. 97 route running. He's slow. He only has 90 speed. This is one of the first cards that come out like all year. But his 96 elusiveness is still one of the highest elusiveness for receivers in the game. And at that bargain, I got it for like 30K. You cannot go wrong. And that is exactly why I went with Steve Smith. 98 speed, 97 elusiveness. All you need to do is get the ball in their hands. I want to say 60% of the time, without you needing to do a move like a juke move or spin or back juke. I mean, I could get Donald Penn and I could double juke past one guy. More than likely I'm going to be able to break one tackle. But without me needing to do a move, both of these guys will just break a tackle just because their elusiveness is so high and they're so hard to bring down. So, like, I would catch the ball and immediately somebody would try like a suction tackle, or, the defender is very close and they'll try to tackle me. And without me doing anything manually, bang, they'll just break the tackle, allowing me to continue to go upfield where I can then perform a double juke or something to get even more yards. It's unbelievable. These two guys play a very pivotal part of my offense when it comes to the passing games. You guys know I like to deke and dunk. I don't like to go deep because I don't have a deep offense. I don't have any place to go deep besides streaks, and that's everybody's offense when it comes to going deep pretty much. Well, not everybody. Some people have really good intermediate plays, but anybody can go deep with a lob streak or a bullet streak. You know what I mean? So I like to keep it short, really quick drags, really quick slants, get them the ball, and let their elusiveness take over. Allow them to break a tackle and just dominate with their ability to make people miss. And when you guys see the gameplay, you guys will see that they break so many tackles. I went up against 499 overall cornerbacks for the first time on this new account yesterday. And he just sat in man-to-man pressing me. Now, I did have trouble because their release isn't high. You notice Welker and Smith, their release is, below 87 on the two of them. So he was jamming the hell out of me with these golden tickets. But once they broke off the press, like once I just got the ball in their hands, I was just doing what it is I want to do on offense because they break so many tackles. So that's why I got both of those guys. Welker isn't fast, but his elusiveness is incredible. His catching traffic is really good. His route running is really good. He always seems to get open. I can count on him to go over the middle and hold on to the ball. Steve Smith, the same thing, high catching traffic, amazing elusiveness, top-notch speed. So I can streak him. He has the over-the-top threat as well as the over-the-middle threat, as well as just a quick hitch, make you miss, and continue to go downfield. So right here we have 96 Calvin Johnson. To me, there's no difference between the Calvin Johnsons. The only difference between them is the speed. One gets faster than the other. His spec catch is always high. His catching traffic is always pretty good. So I definitely needed somebody for when I'm in a tough situation and I need to get a big gain. I need a tall receiver. So I went with Calvin, 6'5", the most freakish receiver we have in the NFL today. So when Calvin Johnson is on my field, there's literally a streak going to him. 9 times out of 10, when you see me insert Calvin Johnson on the field, I'm streaking him. That's the only package I got for him. That's it. I have other guys that I do other things with. Calvin, just streak. That's it. That's his game. Just streaks. He doesn't do anything else. I got Fitzgerald because his blocking is good. Now, you guys know I say I need to be able to run the ball to be successful, and a lot of times I like to just completely get ridiculous with the blocking setup. You know, I would come out in like a four snug set, four wide out, and on the left I would put, you know, Gronkowski and Donald Penn, and on the right I'll put, Jimmy Graham and a fullback, Bruce Miller or something like that. And that gets a little obvious. You know what I mean? When you have a bunch of tight ends out there, wide receiver, it gets a little noticeable. At least for me, if I look and on your left side, you got Donald Penn and Nate Solder, I'm pretty sure you're running to that side. You know, they're very slow. You don't put them in for passing situations. You put them because they can block. So just to change it up a little bit, not to get too noticeable, I can put Larry Fitzgerald and Brandon Marshall. This is good because I can explain both of them here, because their blocking is absolutely insane with their ability to block at wideout. So you go to their run blocking. Fitzgerald has 78. Brandon Marshall has, Fitzgerald has 70 and Brandon Marshall has 78. Of course, Brandon Marshall being one of the best, if not the best, blocking receiver, and Fitzgerald, does an incredible job of blocking. So, I probably passed impact block too. Dang it. I'm not on top of my game. I used to know where all these stats were. 71 impact block for Fitzgerald, 80 for Brandon Marshall. So, if I come out in the snugs and I want to run the ball a counter to the left, I can put Fitzgerald and Brandon Marshall on that side, and you have no idea I'm running over there, because it looks like I'm going to pass the ball. And I can no huddle and I can't pass the ball because they're good receivers. And they both have really good height. 6'3" for Fitzgerald, 6'4" for Brandon Marshall. But more importantly, I don't really go to them when passing the ball. When I pass the ball, I'm looking for Welker or Steve Smith, because I know what they can do. I know the type of damage they can create once the ball is in their hands. Fitzgerald and Marshall, they don't have that type of elusiveness that I prefer, because that's my game style. My game plan is throw the ball short and be able to utilize elusiveness, being able to utilize reading the field, being able to utilize juking and things like that. And these guys more so don't have that type of skill. So if I do pass to them, I can utilize their height. Don't get me wrong. If Brandon Marshall is on a slant and he's open, I'm gonna throw it to him. But more often than not, I'll keep the short intermediate throws for Welker and Smith. And if Fitzgerald and Marshall, and if I want to throw them, I'll put them, on more deeper routes. But I mainly have them for their run blocking. And the last one we have is Chris Matthews. He has literally not touched my field. Out of the 3 seasons that I've played, he has not touched the field the one time. But I got him because he's 6'5". He's tall. He's reliable when it comes to going over the middle with 96 catching traffic. Decent speed at 94. But his run blocking too is very well. Each and every single one of my receivers that I picked can block. 65 run block is pretty good with the impact block, which I probably passed it. I don't think I did already. Impact block of 60. So he just does a really good job, even though his stats may not look. But, I had him on the LIZZARD squad, and his blocking just does really, really well. So I have what I would like to think 3 receivers that are really good at blocking in Fitzgerald, Brandon Marshall, and Matthews, even though I rarely put Matthews out there. But for the most part, my team is revolved around running. I got 3 fullbacks that can block really good on the run. I got 2 tight ends that can block really good. I got 2 receivers that I can count on to block really good against whatever cornerback you got out there. And I got Matthews who can hold his own on blocking. And that's why I got those guys. I got 2 receivers that I can go to for short throws over the middle, really quickly, that is going to be able to get me, yards after catch, hook your boy up with some yak, make them miss with the high elusiveness. Calvin is just my streak specialist. Fitzgerald and Brandon Marshall are blocking goons that I can decide to, use in the passing game, but not so often. And Chris Matthews is the same thing, just a good blocker, good height, and decent speed. Running back, this card was just brand new when I had got back, and I looked at his attributes, and he looked amazing. I wanted to try him, and that's why I went with Chris Johnson. 102 speed, crazy acceleration, really good elusiveness. Just he's very fun to play with. My backup, I have Marshall Faulk. You guys know I got to bring the Faulkery out, man. We got to Faulk some people. And I've always wanted to use Faulk. This was actually the first version of me using Faulk. I have yet to play with Faulk all year until I assembled this team. 96 speed, 95 elusiveness, 87 trucking. This card, believe it or not, breaks a lot of tackles, more than Johnson. And when I say break tackles, I don't mean joking or spinning or you making moves. I mean just manually. You know, just as soon as you hike the ball and it's an HB dive and the backfield is just obliterated, everybody just got block shed. Your offensive line didn't hold up. Marshall Faulk just seems to just bounce off of guys more so than Chris Johnson. Marshall Faulk is an amazing, amazing running back as a number 2. As a number 1, can he be a number 1? I think he could be very good. You know, his catching is extremely high. You know, he's one of the greatest receivers out of the backfield in history with 90. And but I think the combination of Chris Johnson and then going to Faulk as my number 2 has done really well for me. And I've always wanted to play with Faulk, so we went with him. Jeremy Hill is, again, one of my favorite running backs I've been able to use all year, so we went with him as my number 3. I put him in as goal line package. Once I'm in the goal line area, then I put in Jeremy Hill so I can use that 97 trucking, and hopefully he can fall forward and get me into the end zone. So he's my goal line special. He doesn't really see the field unless I'm in goal line, and then I go to him with that high trucking. And then we got Faulk, who is our backup running back, and our lead running back, Chris Johnson. So defense, I went with 97 Ed Reed, by far one of the most productive cards I've been able to use all year. 97 Ed Reed was just dominant when I had him, and I still feel like he still is. He's you'll see the gameplay. He's creating fumbles. He's just making just a crazy amount of plays where, you know, he shouldn't even be there. You know, he's not a deep blue, yet he's catching interceptions short over the middle. It's just crazy on how well he plays. Backing him up, I have Eric Reed. I think I got him in a pack opening, so, you know, again, he doesn't see the field much, but, you know, we got him there. But Ed Reed has always been one of my favorite cards all year. 99 Alden Smith, I did get out of that topper, if you guys remember, maybe like a month ago when they first came out with the Madden 25 toppers. And I ended up selling him because I had, who was my backup? Who was my first? I forgot who it was, but I think it was Ham. And Alden Smith just doesn't have really good coverage skills when you look at his attributes. But I wanted to go with my boy Alden. I wanted to give him a shot, man. I know he's really good against the run. And I try to set up my defense as best as I can to stop the run. If I can make you one-dimensional, then I can try and send my arsenal of blitzes, send some pressure, make it a little difficult for you to hopefully move the ball. It's very important for me to be able to stop you from running the ball. Alden Smith does that extremely well. He's very tough to block. He has a very high power move, very good finesse move, good acceleration, good block shed. He just bounces off of the block extremely well. And in the run, he does amazingly. In the pass, not so much, but I more so need him to stop the run than I do need him stopping a hitch route in the seams. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about that. I have safeties and cornerbacks for that. But he plays the run beautifully, and that's what I was hoping for. Middle linebacker, my favorite middle linebacker to users throughout the entire year was 95 Kuechly. I had him for a while. It was a long time before, because I was doing highest overall. It was a long time before another middle linebacker took his place that was higher than the 95 overall. So I was with 95 Kuechly for a long time, and he caught everything. You guys know I use her. So I never used 97 Kuechly, and so that's who I wanted to get to user, and I'm not disappointed. He's a little slow at 90 speed. There were some plays where, you know, I'm trying to track down, and I know where they want to go, and I'm just a step behind. And if I was like, dang, if it was Patrick Willis with 94 speed, I would have been there because, you know, Kuechly's a little slow. But when I say this man drops nothing, he drops nothing. It's insane on how good his hands are. Backing up Smith, I got Abraham, and I literally just picked him up as I finished the 4th season because the first 3 seasons I have no backups, none whatsoever. So you're not going to see any gameplay of Abraham or Matthews or Cam Chancellor for a while. But these are the backups I went with. You know, Cam Chancellor has really decent zone coverage, really high hit power, really high jumping at 104. So he's my backup. My backup, middle linebacker, Clay Matthews, 99 pursuit, 99 hit power. Can't go wrong. John Abraham, as I looked at his attributes, he looked really, 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 really good with his power move, block shed, play rec, and finesse move. Just somebody that once Alden Smith gets tired, Abraham can come on the field and do the same thing. 98 pursuit, 94 block shed, 99 power move, 85 finesse move with 96 play recognition. Again, zone coverage not the best, but I don't got him for zone coverage. I got him specifically for stopping the run. And, you know, once Alden gets tired, because there was plenty of games where I played and I had no backups, so they were red. And because I had no backups, they had to be on the field. So when Alden needs a break, we got Abraham, where I feel like can bring the same thing to the table, which is good hit power and the ability to just get off a block and hopefully attack the runner. And that's why I want those guys. Safeties, Palomalu, one of my favorite cards I've been able to use all year. I really feel like Ed Reed and Palomalu, it's such a dynamic, disgusting combination. Okay, sorry about that. I had to kind of edit this up a little bit. My OBS froze. I was talking for like 15 minutes on all the players after Palomalu, and just to find out OBS froze, so we got to do it over. But yeah, so Ed Reed and Palomalu is a really good combination. They play really good together. They both have really high play rec, and I know Palomalu doesn't have the best hit power or zone coverage or tackling, but his play rec just always seems to have him around the ball. Palomalu and Ed Reed, I promise you, they're a force. They play amazingly together. 95 play rec for Ed Reed, 93 for Palomalu, and trust me when I say they are always around the ball. They play the run pretty well, but I more so have them for being able to defend the pass. I build my defense around being able to stop the run with my front seven, and then when it comes to my cornerbacks and safeties, you know, I definitely want guys that can defend the pass, because when you're in that passing situation, I don't want to be like, oh, snap, I got, you know, guys who stop the run very well but struggle against the pass, you know. Hopefully my safeties don't even make any tackles on the run. You know, I want my front seven to be able to get to the ball carrier immediately. I don't, you know, if Palomalu and Ed Reed make tackles, then that means my front seven, they're not doing their job. You know what I mean? So for the most part, they're not even involved that much in the running game, because, you know, my linebackers do such a good job of attacking the run. And when it comes to passing, they just do really well, man. I tell you, if any of you guys have ever had both of these cards at the same time, you will understand just how well they do together against the pass. Just always around the ball. They make plays. So cornerbacks, you guys know that I had Sherman longer than any card that I've had all year. I've never traded this Sherman. I've had him all year. I've never sold him. And because I've had him for so long, he made a lot of plays. It's easy to say he made a lot of plays for me when he's my longest card that I've had. So obviously, you know, I've played, I don't know, hundreds of games with him. So of course, you know, he's made more plays for me than anybody else because I've had him longer. But just really, really good against the pass, you know, still. 96 speed, 98 acceleration, good height, good man coverage, good zone coverage, good press. Really, really good against the pass. We got Dick Lane because we got to keep Dick Lane. I mean, who are we kidding? We got to keep the Dickster. Now, the reason why I got Woodson, and Talib is because they play the run really well as the pass. Night Train Lane is a force in the run game with his block shed and hit power. We know that. Sherman is very weak against the run. If you go up against somebody with this Sherman, you can run his way. And if you put like somebody that can block, like if you have a Brandon Marshall out there, it's going to be tough for Richard Sherman to do anything out there. You know, he doesn't do that well against the run. But Woodson, and Talib, they do. They have pretty good block shed, good speed, good coverage, so they can still be effective in the pass game. You know, you look at their speed, 96, you know, with good acceleration, good coverage, good press, hit power. Both of them hit pretty well. It's 84 hit power for 86, excuse me, for Rod Woodson, 73 for Charles Woodson. You know, Charles Woodson come up with a big hit every now and then. Talib definitely smacks at 83. Same with, again, Rod Woodson. So all three of these guys just play the run very well and also play the pass very well. And I think they're dual threats. You know, if I have Woodson, and Talib out there, then I feel like if you run the ball, they can do a good job of being able to attack the runner. And if you just don't happen to pass, they can play the pass pretty well. You know, you got somebody like a Peterson who's dominant in passing game. You know, like if you got yourself like the 99 Peterson, he's probably going to play the pass better than anybody I have here. But when it comes to the run, I feel like Woodson and Talib would do better than like a coverage guy in like Peterson and something like that. So I definitely, again, I got to stop your run, and if you happen to pass, I feel like they can get the job done as well. So that's why I want these guys. Now right here on my ends, I wanted speed and finesse. Dwight Freeney is an amazing bang for your buck kind of deal. 93 speed, one of the fastest linemen in the game still. Even though they've dropped so many Ultimate Legends and golden tickets and things like that, still one of the fastest. And with 99 finesse move, that's all I really want. Doesn't play the Ren very well. For your D line, I would say on your ends, power move does really well against the run. Finesse move does really well against the pass. So if I come out and just like a basic cover 4 out of 4-3 wide 9, then Dwight Freeney, I feel like, would get me more pressure than somebody who has really high power move and with low finesse move. But vice versa, if it was a run, somebody with high power move is going to do better than Freeney because they have really high power move. They can just hold on to the block really well and just clog up the running lanes, which Freeney and Mario Williams don't do too well because their power moves aren't the best. But I have them for just really pass rushing. And 89 speed, 93 speed, 100 acceleration, 95 acceleration, really high finesse move, 99 and 100. And they are monstrous in the passing game. Again, in the running game, they don't do too well, but they do really well against the pass. And I wanted speed on my outs. I already know that people love mobile quarterbacks, and I struggle against mobile quarterbacks. And these guys really, really help me keep those guys inside the pocket because of their finesse move, their ability to just spin towards the outside, and also with their speed to be able to catch up to the quarterback. Does really well against mobile quarterbacks. Now, these two guys I got because they're power move guys, and these guys play the run phenomenally. You have Ndamukong Suh, you have Kevin Williams, 98 power moves for 96 Suh, 96 power move for Kevin Williams. Both of them have really high power move. That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need speed. I don't need finesse move. I don't need play rec. I don't need hit power. I just need power moves. I just need you to be able to clog up that run towards the middle. I just need you to be strong with your strength, be able to not get pancaked, and be able to just clog that middle and free up my linebackers to be able to attack the run. And both of these guys do that tremendously. So that is why I got those guys. Special teams, I kept Hecker, the most accurate punter in the game, and Janikowski, the most power kicker in the game. So that's the team, man. That's why I assembled that team. I gave you guys, let you guys know who I got, why I got them, and things like that. So definitely look out for gameplay later on. Hopefully you guys enjoy, man. It's your boy GS. We're going to go on and be signing out. Peace.